Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about the assignment that was given to me for analyzing the PSI. So from the above table, I can conclude that the region East has the best air quality. It is because it has the lowest mean, which is PSI of 28.5494, and of course the total medium and minimum and maximum value. This shows that the air quality in the region wasn't being polluted that serious compared to other regions. Lowest mean also means that out of the whole entire region, the east side always maintain a low PSI most of the time. Means that sum of the total number of data was recorded in the whole entire 5 months, which was the total number of data that was being recorded. And for the worst air quality of the region is the west side. For the west side, why I say it has the worst air quality is because the PSI is the highest among the 5 regions, and the PSI value was 34.4810, and this shows that the PSI was maintained high at the region as well. So what do all these values tell us? This tells us that we can use the average to find the best and worst air quality, because the average takes in all integers into account and is accurate. And from the pivot table that I have used in earlier, it shows the maximum value, and select a suitable chart to show the pattern of air quality as well. Okay, so for the next question, which I'll be proceed on to question 2, is that for the test statistic of the two proportion. So for test statistic, we have to use this equation, and this is the formula to calculate the comparison between July and August PSI reading and September-October PSI reading. The mu value is unknown, and the n is bigger than or equals to 3. And we use this to calculate the confidence interval. And this is because the population standard deviation is unknown and the sample size is more than 30. Therefore, this formula will help us to calculate the confidence interval. And in order to calculate, we have to find the Z alpha over 2, which is calculated using the formula. And the given confidence interval is 95%, thus the probability is 0.95, and variance is calculated using the formula. And the simple variance and the simple information are from the whole entire 5 months, which is given to us from the text. The population standard deviation used the formula square bracket. Variance was used to find the standard deviation, therefore we have to square root the variance. Standard error is calculated by the formula. For standard error, we have to use square root 153 because the question is asking for PSI reading. For 5 months, hence the 153 is the total number of days in 5 months. Sample error is calculated using this formula as well. The Z alpha and should be multiplied by the standard error, and this will help us to calculate our confidence interval. According to the formula of confidence interval, we will derive the answer which has 2 of its value, which means that PSI, which we can consider that the PSI is parameter. Kim Hwan also decided to use the PSI of 30 as deciding factor. Therefore, I use this as my hypothesis testing. This allows us to evaluate the situation using simple information and conclude if the claim is true or has to be rejected with a certain degree of confidence. And this is the table which I have used to find all this. And the new hypothesis should be the proportion 1 equals proportion 2, and the alternate hypothesis which proportion 1 isn't equals to proportion 2. So this is the July and to August and September October date of the maximum date which of the maximum data that was being recorded with PSI higher than 30. Yeah, so this has shown in the Word document, and the formula is calculated using this, which we can select the whole entire data and find the PSI which is more than 30. And for this, we are supposed to find the level of significance, which is 0.01, as the question asks us to find 1% of the significant level. To find the sample size, we use of the July to August, we use the formula to find the proportion, and for proportion I obtain the answer using this, which I have to use the data of more than 30% over the sample size as well. The level of signification mentioned is in the question B is 0.01. To find the hypothesis testing B, I manually sub the number into formula above. The answer for the hypothesis testing is 1.229, and this is the area which is for additional information, which can be shown around here, the rejection area. And from the Z table, critical value equals 1 minus 0.005, and we got this answer. So using the norm as interval in Excel, to find the hypothesis testing, I use the formula and type into Excel, and I got 1.1230. In conclusion, since 1.1230 is bigger than negative 2.5758 and 1.230 is less than 2.5758, it does not lie in the rejection area. Hence, we do not have sufficient information to reject the new hypothesis at the 1% level of signification. Also, we don't have sufficient information to claim that there's difference in proportion of bad air days in 2 periods at 1% level of signification.